from starting all the way at the bottom, and I mean at the bottom, the Vanarama National League, minus 12 points. That is where we started this journey. We got relegated, we got promoted again, we worked our way up all the way to the Premier League. We finished this season in 11th place, not particularly exciting, but we have 2 cup finals in the final ever episode of the Dover Save. If you were writing a script for it, this is how you'd want it to end. In between episodes, we've not won a game. We've lost and we've drawn twice. We've scored some goals, but we're not focusing on that. It is the FA Cup up first against Aston Villa, a team who have finished ahead of us in the table. And then we head over to Germany in the light snow, apparently, minus 3 degrees to play Cluj in the Europa Conference League final. I am confident that we are going to win at least one of these. The starting lineup for the FA Cup final, that's where we're going to begin. It will be Rui Martins in goal, Mokhtar Ballo Ali and Niels de Haan in defence, Campbell and Morgan in midfield, Darko, Basri, Shala and Christians as our attacking threat. I was debating whether we go for Aubert or Christians. Aubert can only play 75 minutes, and I think I want Aubert to play in the Europa Conference League final, and Christians can get this one. Basically, we are a good side. We've got a strong team line. So I'm hoping we just keep on winning. In front of what I assume is a sold-out Wembley Stadium, Villa have 4 real players still in their starting 11. We've got one, technically, in the shape of Ballo, and I think that's it. I don't even think we have any real players on the bench anymore. But we are, I mean, this is a winnable game. This is definitely a winnable game. I think Villa finished 6th in the table, if I'm not mistaken. So they're a better team than us in terms of league. But this is a one-shot game. 15 minutes played. We haven't had a highlight yet, but we've had 6 shots. They've had 1, but we've not seen any of them so far. I mean, if this is going to just keep going like this, it's a very boring final. Leonovets with a corner is headed clear from Shala. What are you doing, Basri? You should be getting there first. Leonovets again tries to cross it in. Basri makes amends for not quite getting there earlier, and then just smashes it forward to that man's name. I don't know how to pronounce his name, okay? I know he's very good. I don't know how to pronounce his name. It's Milambo in on goal, and Antoni Milambo, that's his name, makes it 1-0 to Villa. That was not very good from Basri. Of all people, I'm blaming Basri for that. They've had 2 shots, 2 on target, and scored once. We've had 7 shots, 3 on target, and no goals to our names so far. We've got Villa with the ball inside their own half, inside their own penalty area, to be honest. 10 minutes left to play of the first half. Darko collects it in the middle to Campbell. Ball towards Shala, controls it well, needs a bit of support. Christians is that support. And Loic Christians basically has said to me, you should be playing me ahead of Christophe Aubert because I can still get goals. It is 1-1, 10 minutes to play of the first half. It is very tight. It is a very tight game. We are actually looking a lot better when it comes to XG, but possession-wise, they are dominating us. They've had 3 shots, 3 on target, and obviously scored 1 of them. Go win that trophy. Sure, we'll say that. Mr. Basri, buddy, I want you, get your act together. Do something. Get a little bit better at football. I don't know what's happened, but basically in this save and the Grasshopper save, the Shadow Striker is rubbish all of a sudden. He's decided to not be effective at all. Niels de Haan's collected this in on goal, and Niels de Haan immediately, 16 seconds into the second half, takes the lead for us. Are we actually going to win the double? Are we actually going to win the double? The FA Cup, we are now in front. We now have the advantage in the FA Cup. And is it going to be 3? It could be 3. Morgan to Christians, back to Basri. Christians is there. Shala is there as well. It's gone back to Campbell. Now Darko. Basri with some space. Keeps going forward. And it's straight into the hands of Satulo, which I think actually came off the defender. So, big kick over the halfway line. We need to get there first. Jamie Donnelly's the man to get there, though. Emre goes for a long-range effort. Martins calmly saves that one. Didn't feel the need to try and hold on to it, though, from the first shot. The half-time talk with Basri seems to have worked. He's gone up to a 7.1, 7.2 now. Morgan is struggling. Mokhtar is definitely struggling. Right, let's do a couple of changes. Giovanni's coming on for Morgan, and then we're going to put Darko in that box-to-box position. Victor Leandro is going to come on as our right-back for Mokhtar, because I don't know what Mokhtar's doing, but he's not doing very well. 67th minute. Victor Leandro with the ball. Goes for a little bit of a surging run. Now Campbell back to Magad Ali. Across to Ballo, who I think used to play for Aston Villa. A few seasons ago, they got relegated and we picked up a couple of their players, didn't we? And I think Ballo was one of them. Basri with the ball back to Victor Leandro. Down the line, Basri's going to get there first. He does. 3 in the box, maybe 4. Schaller is there. It's a questionable save from the keeper, but he does keep it out. We've got another chance, possibly. Go for a screamer, Campbell. Why did you stop? Oh, that was just the perfect opportunity to pull the trigger. Igor Giovanni passes back to Campbell. I thought he was trying to get some space for himself. Victor Leandro, he's left-footed, playing as a right-back, which is not ideal. We can get the cross in. Schaller unmarked. Darko's there, and Darko makes it 3-1 with 22 minutes left to play. I think we might be picking up the FA Cup. Final 20 minutes, big kick upfield from Villa. Emre's controlled that well. Martins is there, makes himself big, stops that one from going in, conceding the corner. Leonovets to take it towards the back post, and it's a very good save from Martins, the Portuguese goalkeeper. I thought that might have carried on. It didn't want to. We've got one more sub to do, and I'm wondering whether we go for like a fitness sub here. There are a lot of tired players. Who do we bring off? It's got to be Basri or Schaller, and I think it's going to be Schaller. Bougre's going to come on. Bougre, by the way, has been out injured for the entire season. That's why you've not seen him. He's been out for the entire season. He's just returned. Basri with a free kick. We've got a minute or so to play. Magid Ali's there. How has he not scored that? He is a centre-back. I guess that is one thing that we can say. He's not known for scoring goals. Victor Leandro with a ball on the right. Crosses in. Christian's there. Not going to get on the end of it. Campbell to Basri. Where are you going? Facing away from goal. Victor Leandro. Back to Campbell again. Now Darko. Through ball towards Giovanni, but it's not going to get anywhere near him. And now Villa can possibly try and get a consolation goal. We have got 1 minute and 40 seconds of injury time to play, and then we will be crowned champions. We will win the FA Cup. Ball forward is intercepted by Campbell. That is good. Darko collects. Christians. Ball on the ground. What a ball and what a run that is from Igor Giovanni. In towards Bougre. And oh my word, could you imagine if Bougre scored? The full-time whistle goes, and we have won the FA Cup. We have actually won the FA Cup. I'm in shock. I am genuinely in shock that we have won the FA Cup. I'm not even sure who's going to pick up. I think it might be Ballo, you know. I think Ballo might be our captain on potentially his penultimate game for the club. Raises the trophy into the air. We have won the FA Cup. As a team, 16 years ago, starting in the second to bottom league in the game on minus 12 points, we win the FA Cup. And now we get to go to Germany and try and win the Europa Conference League as well. Confirmation then that we win the cup. Obviously we know, we've just seen it happen. Picked up nearly £2 million. I am a Dover legend. I know I'm a Dover legend. I've always been a Dover legend since I think we got to the championship. But I am a true legend. Jaden Williams hails me as a true legend. I'm happy Jaden Williams has managed to get a mention in the final episode. Because of that as well, we've qualified for the Europa League. We also might qualify for the Europa League through the Europa Conference League as well. It's weird. Do we get 2 qualification spots? For the Europa League 2 final then, we are going to go for Rui Martins in goal, Mokhtar Magid, Fanny and Dahan in defence. Fanny comes in more because I kind of want Ballo to go out on a high. He's just literally lifted the FA Cup trophy, and I want Fanny to kind of, in theory, going forward, not that we are going to, but him and Magid will probably be our centre-back partnership next season. It's going to be Campbell and Morgan, Darko, Basri, Schaller and Aubert as the rest of our starting 11. If I ask the assistant to pick, they wipe out most of those players because basically they're all on match load heavy. We've got 1 game left to play. Don't get injured in this. Win the trophy. Then you can have a couple of months off. So I don't know whether Cluj are actually any good. I assume they're reasonable. I assume they're a reasonable side. I was looking before at the end of last episode, actually, just after I finished recording. I was looking through the Conference League, and in the 16 seasons that the competition has existed, 10 English sides have got to the final and 8 English sides have won it. So, I'm hoping we make that 9 English sides have won it. 15 minutes have played. We've had 5 shots, 3 on target, no highlights. 20 minutes played, we've now got our chance. Basri collects the ball. Niels Dahan to Morgan. Crosses it in. It's towards nobody. Dragomir can clear that ball upfield. Magid knees the ball. Superb control for a centre-back to just knee that ball. It's Darko on the right. Dinks it forward. Schaller goes for a long-range headed effort. It is just over the bar of the goalkeeper. Stays 0-0. Why is this not a sellout? I guess it's because we're in Germany and it's the Europa Conference League and nobody really cares about it. Darko with a corner. Half an hour now. Fanny's there. And oh my word, Christian Fanny has scored his first ever goal for the club. And it could be a goal that secures us the Europa Conference League as well. We take the lead, 30 minutes played. We've been all over them. Let's be honest, we've been all over them when it comes to the match stats. 60% possession. 60%. They're not even kicking the ball. Aubert's cross comes in. Magad Ali's there. It's fallen to Fanny again. Has he got a brace? He's celebrating. I think he's scored. I think Christian Fanny has scored a brace. He has scored 2 in the final of the Europa Conference League from centre-back. If you get another one, mate, if we get a penalty, Fanny's stepping up. Still not quite at half-time. Big kick from the Cluj goalkeeper. Shala collects it. Fanny's having a worldie, isn't he? Fanny's having an absolute worldie. 8.8 rating so far. Niels de Haan forward to Basri. Shala's there on the left. Back post is Darko. Darko makes it 3. Start carving our name on now. Start carving. We have got, what is that, 60 minutes, 50 minutes to play of football in this tournament, in this save. We are 3-0 up in the final of the Europa Conference League. We are doing this in style. Basri collects it to Darko. Down the right-hand side. Terrible bit of football there from Darko. And Cluj have the ball. Dragomir clears it. Not very well. Mokhtar collects. He's going to go for a run. Plays it across to Morgan. Now Niels de Haan on the left-hand side. 4 in the box. Can he cross? He does. Christopher Aubert is there. And it's 4-0. And we're not even at half-time. And straight after the goal, there's another highlight. If we steal this and make it 5, this is ridiculous. I want 9. I want to win 9-0 in the Europa Conference League final. I want the most convincing final victory ever. And it will be a record that will never be broken. De Haan with it to Morgan. We've got 2 minutes left to play the first half. Fanny to De Haan on the left. Basri controls it well. Across to Mokhtar, the fullback, in towards the penalty spot. There's 5 in the box. Crosses it in. Shala's 1. He's gone down. Fanny's having a penalty. Christian Fanny may well score a hat-trick in the Europa Conference League final if this is given. If this is a penalty, it is a penalty. Is it Fanny stepping up? It is Christian Fanny. And Christian Fanny scored a hat-trick. He's a centre-back and he scored a hat-trick in a European final. I think it's safe to say that we are winning this. We are 5-0 up at half-time. Cluj haven't even had that many shots. So, I mean, they've barely had that much possession, let alone shots. So, I mean, I'm happy. Keep it up. Keep it going, lads. I mean, I'm looking at my subs bench thinking, who have we got on there that we can bring on to maybe nick a goal? Keith. Bringing Keith on will be nice. Basri and Morgan weirdly not playing so well. I say not playing so well. They are. They're playing perfectly fine. But amongst the sea of green numbers, it's now only Morgan who's not on a green number in our entire squad. Martins rolls it out to Fanny, the world's greatest central defender apparently. Shala's going to go for a run over the halfway line towards Aubert. Not the best pass from Aubert and it's cleared upfield, but Magad Ali just stands in the way of that. Chests it down. Fanny's got it. Number 33. Quite apt considering that's how many goals he scored. He scored 3, not 33. Mokhtar with the ball down the right-hand side. 2 in the box. Can he cross? Doesn't bother. Darko, can he cross? There's 3 in the box. Doesn't cross it. Mokhtar does. It's behind everybody. Shala's keeping it alive. Niels de Haan takes a touch, goes for goal. Rad can save it. It's going to be a corner. Stick it on Fanny's head, mate. Stick it on Fanny's head. Here it is. Darko's going to take it toward Magad Ali at the front post. This time it goes over. We are 5 minutes into the second half and already we are peppering their goal. 57th minute, Mokhtar now has it for us. Basri, Mokhtar's carried on his run on the right-hand side. Takes a few touches to get past his man. Crosses in. Aubert's not going to get it. It's gone over everybody. Shala's going to keep it alive towards Darko at the back. And Darko makes it 6. Is it going to count? We're getting some more VAR. He's celebrating. It's going to be 6. Right, let's do some changes then. We have a 6-0 lead. We're going to bring on Bougre. Oh, I did not even realise I did this. I didn't realise I did this. Zach Orr is on the subs bench. It's happening. It is actually happening. We're playing Zach Orr in a European final. Why am I doing that? This is his final game. He's retiring at the end of the season. We're going to give Zach Orr, one of the players who I think we signed at the end of the first season or maybe the second season, is getting a chance in the European final. De Haan collects it down the left, plays it back to Morgan. I want to win a corner and get Zach Orr on the end of it, like the good old days before they fixed corners a bit. Basri with it. Morgan to Darko. We've got Mokhtar making a run on the right-hand side. Loads of space to run into. Crosses it towards Basri. Headed effort. Goes over the bar. 6-0 so far. I want a Zach Orr goal. That is my dream now. That's what I want from this game. A Fanny hat-trick and a Zach Orr goal. He's got no pace at all, has he? Bertic is there. He's crossing it in. He's straight into Mokhtar, though. And now the counter-attack is on. The fullback is just going to run and run for days. With his yellow card, he's actually given up running. He can't be bothered. He's had enough. A terrible pass from Campbell. And now Cluj, I feel like Cluj are going to score. That's the worry now. Because I'm playing Zach Orr, who is as good enough to play for probably us in Season 2. I don't think got a lot of confidence in our defence. Bathaza's in on goal, goes for goal as well. Martins can easily hold on to that. And rolls it out to Zach Orr. We did see his name on the pitch. Corner for Darko. Here it is. It's time. It's Fanny again. Oh my word. I thought Zach Orr was going to get one. Final 10 minutes of the game. What I'm going to do, and it's stupid. Can we even do it? I want to make Zach Orr captain. How do we change who the captain is? Or is it just decided? Just whoever's the captain, give the armband to Zach Orr. It's here, isn't it? Right, can we change that? Stand-ins. I mean, I'm going to have to sub off. I'm going to actually have to sub off Basri to get Zach Orr to be captain, which is fine. I'm okay with that. He's played well. We can bring on Keith, and we can just do that. There we go. That's what we're going to do then. Zach Orr is going to hopefully take the armband for the final few minutes. He has taken the armband. He's going to lift the trophy. That's a weird thing that I've managed to somehow wrangle. The fact that Zach Orr, a player who we had in Season 2, is going to lift the Europa Conference League trophy. Niels de Haan on the ground to Bougre. In the penalty area is Keith. Plays it all the way back. Darko collects it. Long range effort from Darko. And that's 7. 7-0. That's a stupidly good goal as well from Darko. We've still got 3 minutes or so left to play. I mean, they're not going to score 7. They're not even going to have 7 shots in that amount of time. We are champions again. We've done the double. In the final ever episode of the Dover Save, we have done the double. There we go then. Is that Zach Orr at the front? I think it should be. He's number 32. That's who we're expecting to be lifting the trophy. We can't quite tell. It's number 23. Is that Zach Orr? Did I get the numbers the wrong way around? I'm pretty sure 23 is Basri. You know, I think 23 is Basri. So then the trophy is going to be raised. We've done the double. We've actually done the double in the final ever episode. And not only that, we've scored 10 goals. We've scored 10 goals in one episode. We've won 2 trophies. We've finished 11th in the table. Nobody cares about that. But we've done it. And Zach Orr's done the cartwheel. It's amazing. That's just the cherry on top of the cake. Darko and Fanny both finished the match on 10s. Darko's goal at the end there, that was for his hat-trick. We've had 2 hat-tricks in this match. And then also Christophe Aubert in the middle. I mean, how have we done that? The fact that Fanny scored a hat-trick is funny to me. I never thought I'd see that. Dover celebrate a double. A double. An actual double. Who picks up medals? Anyone silly? Zach Orr gets a medal. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see. Kavic gets one as well. That's good. Kavic, he's one of those players that we've had for years. He never really plays. He's played 17 times in the league and conceded 28. We've had him for 4 seasons, or technically 6 seasons. It's just 2 of them he's been out on loan. I like Kavic. He could have been better for us if we were a championship side. He'd be our #1 goalkeeper. The board are happy, which is no surprise. They should always be happy about winning a competition. And then there's a whole bunch of normal stuff. Fanny in top form as Dover dominate. Fanny in top... That's a top Fanny there. Well done. Good job, you. And now the end of season review. It's been a long time since we've had any form of trophy in there. And we've now got 2. I can't believe it. I'm genuinely in shock that we've won the double. We've actually won the double. Signing of the season goes to Schaller. We actually brought in some very good players this year that I think kind of went under the radar. Niels de Haan was expensive, but a very good player. Christians, 19 goals in the end. That was a very good signing as well. Gio Reyna didn't really play, did he? I say didn't play. He did. He got 10 appearances. A whole load of fringe players. A few players for the future, assuming we were to ever go any further in the future. But Schaller, let's clear him, whatever his name is ridiculous. He is absolutely ridiculous. I have never seen anybody with physicals as good as that. So 4 competitions we were in this season. We finished 11th in the Premier League. Not great, but also somewhat expected. We don't have the budgets of a lot of the teams ahead of us. Some of the teams below us either. Carabao Cup, we get knocked out by Newcastle United. Nobody cares. FA Cup, we did not lose a single game. We did technically draw against Brighton. And then I think it was extra time, I think, against Brighton, wasn't it? And then the Europa League 2, where we only lose once in the entire competition, which was a ridiculous game because we were the better team and somehow conceded 4. So moments to remember then. The biggest win was a 7-0 against Dunstredder. Also, Cluj, I don't know whether you've remembered that. It happened minutes ago, guys. It happened literally minutes ago, and I'd say that was our biggest win. Match to remember, 3-0 against Newcastle. I'd argue the 7-0 against Cluj minutes ago was probably the match to remember. And goal of the season, we've literally just seen it. That goal for Darko's hat-trick was goal of the season as well. We had some very good wins this year. Financially, money happened. We actually dropped down in quite a lot of things, but we're still making profit. Team of the season is probably what you'd expect. Martins, Mokhtar, Ballo, Ali and Dahan. Campbell and Morgan. This is the positions that I'm struggling with at the moment. Just to getting consistently good performances. I'm getting consistently average performances, but no one's standing out. Darko, Basri, Shala and Aubert as our front four. Basri actually finishing the season on a 7.24 average rating, which is probably a lot higher than I thought it would be. To our final ever end of year awards, and this one is good. Botan Ballo winning Player of the Year. And, I mean, he wasn't great, but I think for his age, at 34 years old, soon to be 35 years old, I think we have got some ridiculously good performances out of him. A 7.4 in the league, a 7.7 in the Europa League, a 7.6 in the FA Cup as well. He's just been good at football, hasn't he? Dahan, Young Player of the Season, Signing of the Season, we know. Goal of the Season, we know. Christophe Aubert wins everything else. And Zawari does the most passes in 90 minutes, despite the fact that he literally missed most of the season due to damaged cruciate ligaments. Yeah, so fair enough. You've won an award. Good job. Most goals in a match, Bourgray, which I believe was the Dunstredder game. And Ballo, oldest goal scorer as well. History in the making. Once Dover got rolling in the latter portion of the season, it looked hard to stop them. Thank you very much, Omar Hodgkiss from ITV Sport. Dover looked a class above anyone else when they went for it late in the season. Thank you very much, James Shanley from Football Radar. Two lovely little trophies there. Christophe Aubert also has just smashed Dominic What's-His-Chops' name record out of the water. An 8.39 in 12 appearances in the Europa Conference League. That's ridiculous. That is Haaland levels of ability there. Our final ever overall best 11. We've still got Ross Stewart, Adrian Barton, McGuinness, Zach Orr, obviously current club player, Silko Thomas, Paul Searle, Zach Brown, Darko's in there, Dean Laird, Jaden Williams and Rob Street. I mean, you'd think with some of the other people we've got in our squad, some of those might have made their way into that sort of overall, possibly in defence. Maybe Ballo should be in there. Probably ahead of Zach Orr. Martins, Charia, Spong, Corbeneau, Rory Allen, Leon Pambu and Cesar Javier Moreno make up the subs bench. We're not even done with awards. Aubert, Bourgray and Christians are the top three for the Europa Conference League Player of the Season. I mean, it's no surprise Aubert is there. Golden Boot for the Conference League, that's what it's called, goes to Bourgray because I assume he played less. 8 games, 12 goals. Aubert, I don't know why I assume you played more games. I imagine you did play more games. Filip Bertic as well, playing in the final. He got 11 goals. And judging by that, we had a good Europa Conference League, didn't we? Only 2 players of the starting 11 of the dream team aren't ours, and they were from Cluj. Well, I think that is going to do it for our Dover Athletic save. And this is the history. We started there, Season 1, Vanarama National League, finishing 21st, getting relegated. If we didn't have that minus 12 points, I think we would have stayed up. I'm not quite sure, but I'm pretty sure we would have stayed up. Immediate return to the Vanarama National League from the Vanarama South. Then, missing out in the playoffs, winning the league. Finishing second, flew all the way up to the championship. Nice and quick, 3 promotions in a row. The championship, we actually struggled a little bit. And then we eventually won the league. And then the last 5 seasons playing in the Premier League. But we kind of, once we sort of hit mid-table Premier League, we went, you know what, we're probably not going to bridge the gap to the teams above us. Let's maybe go for something else. And then that's obviously where we've won the FA Cup, won the Europa League. We've actually won a lot of things. 5 of these trophies are actually mine. But that is going to do it then. Thank you very much for watching the Dover Athletics series. If you did enjoy, do please leave a like on the videos. Subscribe to the channel. If you've got this far and you haven't subscribed, I don't know what you're doing. Please subscribe to the channel. Also, if you want to buy Football Manager 2023, there is a link in the description to my fanatical, I don't know. It's a referral link. That's what they're called. If you want to buy it through there, that'll be lovely. You can also use some other creators' codes to get a little bit extra money off. I don't have a code. Don't know how to get one. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will see you in FM23, or you can go over and watch the Building a Nation stuff, which is still going on. Thanks for watching.